Good afternoon. My name is Maree Gifkins and I'm the teacher of Foot Joint Mobilisation. I'm based in New Zealand but I travel worldwide teaching this technique, this wonderful technique. Now I've been teaching for 15 years and I have a lot of patience. And in this course of 4 days you'll be learning the Foot Joint Mobilisation. You'll be learning a base 17 moves. Now this is spread out over the 4 days. So you will learn a few moves and you'll practice. You'll learn a few more moves and you'll practice. So there's a lot of practical application going on in the course. There's theory as well, and again the theory is divided each day. So you don't get it all at once. And the beauty of this course is that at the end of the 4 days you will all be doing my feet. So that way I know that I've taught you well. You understand what I've taught you and you feel confident when you leave to work on people's feet. You've done the teacher's feet, so you're okay. Now with these base 17 moves, you'll find that it doesn't matter whether there's flat feet or high arches or twisted toes or the ankles are out, it's the same base moves, which is wonderful when you're learning because there's not this fear of but what if it's this, or what if it's that, or how do I diagnose this? There's no diagnosing that we need to do with the foot joint mobilisation. I do show you and explain to you different conditions of the feet, but we don't diagnose, and we just do the base 17 moves, and it starts to sort the issues out. Now, as the bones move in the feet, and they tend to go out, you start to get an imbalance of the energies, you start to get the flow of the foot is not correct, there becomes stress points on the feet, tight muscles, there could be cramping, there could be pain, there could be toes crossing over, or there could be the hammer toes or the claw toes. Now we're still working with those issues and you'll find that the success rate is extremely high. When you first learnt this course, you will expect a success rate of about 75% success. And then the more you work with it and the more conditions you see, you'll build that up to about 75% to about 90% success. Now, the kinds of issues that you're dealing with is the structural issues of the feet, but it could also just be general wear and tear of tiredness on your feet all day, working all day, and your feet are sore when you come home from work. You'll find by having the energies flowing through your body, through the feet more correctly, it then flows through the body and you don't feel the tiredness anymore. You as a therapist, if you're doing the foot joint mobilisation, you'll find you won't get tired using this technique. It's a technique I've been using for 15 or 18 years, teaching for 15 years, and my eyes just light up when I start talking about it. I love the modality, it's so simple, it's easy to understand. You know, if your feet are out of alignment, if any of the bones are out of alignment, you're not standing correctly, and so then that will put more stress on the knees, and on the hips, on the back, the neck, the shoulders and so forth. It becomes like a dominoes effect. And so as you start to straighten the feet out and bring it back into its normal position, then that takes the load off the knees and the hips and the back. It's easy to understand. It's the floor, the foundation. A builder will be able to tell you if the foundation isn't correct, none of the walls will be plumb. They won't meet correctly. Same with racehorses. If their hooves aren't correct, the horse will not be able to run to its maximum. And so we get wheel alignments for our cars. When did you last look at your feet? So the foot joint mobilisation is useful for all groups of people, all ages, from the little ones right up to the oldies. 97 I think is the oldest person I've worked on. I do get a lot of pensioners that come to see me because these are the people that are starting to have the issues with their bodies, and they're starting to have knee problems and starting to get hip issues and back problems, and they're retired and they want to carry on, they want to and start to really enjoy life. So the foot joint mobilisation can help tremendously. So coming back to the course, as I said, there's 17 moves that you'll be learning, and I'm a very patient teacher, and I explain it very carefully, and I show you and demonstrate it on feet, and so there will be a lot of work done on your feet as well in the 4 days. We all get a turn, and then you practice on each other as well. So there's a lot of healing that goes on in 4 days. So it's like any other course. You drink plenty of water, and you let the teacher know if you're having any issues, headaches or a sore back or neck. Things will be moving through. Thank you for your time.
What conditions can foot joint mobilisation help with? You're looking at arthritis, aching feet, back pain, bunions, burning feet, hip, claw toes, corns, flat feet, hammer toes, heel spurs, heel pain, high arches, knee pain, neck stiffness, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, shin splints, shoulders, and swollen ankles.
Hi, now didn't we have a nice cup of tea? That was great. Now I can talk for a bit longer now. I've itched my throat. Now the foot joint mobilisation, you're actually only working on the person for about 10 minutes. So that's about 5 minutes for each foot. So it's not long you're working on the person, and the person has to be lying down on the table, prone on their stomach with the feet over the end of the table. And because they're only on the table for about 10 minutes, most people can handle being on their tummy and do okay with it. So it's not a long drawn out therapy. And as we know as therapists, you know, if you're working on someone for an hour, like massage or reflexology, you can only fit so many people in a day, and you start to get tired and you start to wear out, and it's especially massage. Massage is very hard on the body. It's hard on your physique, and you're quite tired, and you get to the end of the day and you have no energy left for yourself. That's not what life is about. It's great helping people, but we don't want to be tired at the end of the day. We've still got our life to live. So this is where I find the foot joint is wonderful. You're only working physically for 10 minutes on a person, and it's not hard on the body, it's not harsh on the body, and you'll find that you can do 10, 15 people in a day, not a problem, and at the end of the day you still have energy for your life. And so I feel that that's where as therapists we need to be moving into. You know, we look after people, but we also look after ourselves as well. And you'll find that you won't take on the energy from people either. And I explain all this in the course as well, that and how that works, and why we don't take on the energy, and why we don't feel so tired at the end of the day. It's a wonderful course. There's more and more bonuses, and the more you hear about it and the case studies that I give you, you have a wider understanding of how many people this is going to help in your practice, or even if you're doing it for your children, you're learning to help do the foot joint mobilisation on your children. You know, this isn't just a course for therapists. You know, I've had butchers on the course, I've had real estate agents on the course, I've had physiotherapists, sure, and I've had massage therapists and reflexologists, we've had craniotherapists, all sorts of different therapists, but people may be wanting to learn for their parents. Their parents are starting to get elderly, and so they want to help their parents as well. So don't be afraid if you're just new and you haven't been on a course before. The only advantage everyone else has is that they know the anatomy a little bit better, and maybe they understand it a little bit more than you. But when it comes to the moves, you're all on the same boat. So, and I take you through step by step. So, as I said, we go through the 17 base moves. They're repeated and they're repeated until you start to get the sequence. And then on that last day, you start to do my feet. So you all get to do my feet, and it's not an exam, it's not a test. I'm just getting the idea that I know that you understand what I've taught you, and that you've got the moves right. Anything that's not quite correct will be corrected there on the class, and then you practice before you go home. And so this way we know that you've been taught well, that you understand it, and you feel confident when you leave. It's a good thing to do, and I get my feet done too, and that's lovely for a teacher as well. So there's lots of bonuses with it. Now in this course you'll also, as I said before the break, you'll get lots of healing as well. So you actually feel it in your body. You'll feel what your clients are going to go through and what's going to happen. You'll understand the process, and you'll be able to tell your customers, yes, this is normal, yes, no. One of my students or one of my colleagues also had that experience. This is okay. It's reversing. There's a reversing of the process of your feet. You'll find that some clients or yourself, the next day your muscles could start to ache in the calf muscles. Because the bones are being realigned, you'll start to use the calf muscle more correctly. And so then you'll get this dull ache in there, like when you've gone for a run around the block and the next day your muscles start to hurt. It's that kind of feeling. The muscles are being reused correctly. And so by the next day, by that afternoon, all that pain is gone. If you need to suggest to the person to take some magnesium for the muscles, that's fine, or Epsom salt baths. That will help ease the magnesium levels and the muscle structure in the feet and the legs as well. And so yeah, if you've got any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask. As I said, it's a 4-day course. We are looking at 9 o'clock in the morning till about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the day, and the end of the day. And you do receive your certificates on the end of the course as well. There is an advanced course that we can do as well, which we go over the base moves. I teach you there's another 11 moves for advancement, and also we do the hands as well. So we do the foot joint mobilisation on the hands, but this course is called hand mobilisation. And so that will help issues where hands are tight and knuckles are swollen, they've lost strength in their hands, and their hands just aren't feeling like they used to. So it's reversing the process again. They're straightening out their hands, the knuckles are reducing in size, and they're starting to get that strength back in their hands. You know, people can play the piano again. They can knit again. They can tinker in the cars again. Yeah, we need our hands, just as we need our feet. We need our feet for making a cup of tea and going to the toilet. These are the basics in life. You know, without our feet, there's not a lot we can do. So I hope you've enjoyed the talk, and feel free. I have brought my massage table, and I'm happy to do anybody's feet if you would like to experience this. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for coming along.